Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and turning on the news to find one single headline that changes everything. Not politics, not weather, not sports. Just 4 words that humanity has been waiting to hear for thousands of years. We are not alone. That headline has not happened yet. But what scientists just discovered on a planet called K2-18b, which is 124 light-years away from Earth, is closer to that moment than anything in human history. And most people have absolutely no idea this happened. Let me take you back to the beginning. For centuries, humans looked up at the night sky and asked one question above all others. Is there anyone else out there? Philosophers debated it. Religions were built around it. Scientists dedicated their entire lives searching for the answer. And for most of human history, the answer was silence. Empty silence from an empty universe. Until now. K2-18b is a planet, but not just any planet. It sits in what scientists call the habitable zone of its star. The habitable zone is the perfect distance from a star where liquid water can exist on a planet's surface. Not too hot and not too cold. The same zone Earth sits in around our own sun. Scientists nicknamed this the Goldilocks zone. And K2-18b sits right in the middle of it, 124 light-years away, orbiting a red dwarf star. Just sitting there quietly, waiting to be understood. Now here is where the story gets truly extraordinary. The James Webb Space Telescope, which is the most powerful telescope ever built by human hands, pointed itself at K2-18b and did something remarkable. It analyzed the atmosphere of this planet. And what it found inside that atmosphere stopped scientists completely in their tracks. Methane, carbon dioxide, and something else, something that made the entire scientific community go quiet. A molecule called dimethyl sulfide. You may never have heard that name before. But here is why it matters so much. On Earth, on our planet, dimethyl sulfide is only produced by one thing: living organisms, specifically marine organisms, algae, phytoplankton, tiny living things in our oceans that release this molecule as they live and breathe. As far as science knows, nothing without life has ever produced dimethyl sulfide naturally. Nothing. Ever, and Webb just found it on another world 124 light-years away. Let that sink in for a moment. A molecule that on Earth is only made by living things found in the atmosphere of a planet sitting in the habitable zone of its star, found by the most powerful telescope ever built. This is not science fiction. This is not a movie. This happened. This is real. Now scientists are being very careful. They are not standing up and announcing that life exists on K2-18b, because science does not work that way. Science demands proof. Repeatable proof. Confirmed proof. What they are saying is this: the signal is there. The molecule is there. And they cannot yet explain it without life being involved. That is the most exciting and terrifying sentence in the history of space exploration. But let us talk about what K2-18b actually is. Because this planet is unlike anything in our solar system. Scientists call it a Hycean world. A brand new category of planet that Webb itself helped define. A Hycean world is a planet covered entirely in a vast deep ocean with a thick hydrogen-rich atmosphere sitting above it. Imagine Earth. Now remove all the land, every continent, every mountain, every desert, replace it all with ocean. Deep, endless ocean stretching in every direction as far as you can see. Then wrap that ocean world in a thick, warm hydrogen atmosphere. That is K2-18b, an entire ocean world 2.6 times the size of Earth sitting in the perfect zone for life with a molecule in its atmosphere that on Earth is only made by living things. And here is something that will truly blow your mind. If there is life on K2-18b, it would look nothing like life on Earth. No trees, no animals, no humans. The life that could exist in those endless oceans would be microscopic. Tiny. Simple. The same kind of life that first appeared in Earth oceans billions of years ago. Single-celled organisms drifting through a planet-sized ocean under an alien sky. The most humble and extraordinary life imaginable. And if it exists, if those tiny organisms are really out there, it changes absolutely everything we thought we knew about life in the universe. Because here is the truly staggering implication. If life can exist on K2-18b, a planet so different from Earth, then life is not rare. Life is not a miracle that happened only once on one lucky planet. Life becomes something the universe does naturally, something that emerges wherever conditions allow. And conditions allow in far more places than we ever imagined. There are 300 billion stars in our galaxy alone. Billions of them have planets. Millions of those planets sit in habitable zones. And if life can emerge on a hydrogen ocean world like K2-18b, then the universe is not empty. It never was. It is full, teeming, overflowing with possibilities we have only just begun to understand. But the story does not end there. Scientists have a problem, a beautiful, terrifying problem. The signal from K2-18b is real. Webb detected it clearly, but to confirm it, to truly prove that dimethyl sulfide is there and that life made it, they need more observations. More data. More time pointed at this one tiny planet 124 light-years away. And here is what makes that difficult. Webb is the only telescope powerful enough to do this job. And Webb has thousands of targets. Thousands of discoveries waiting to be made. Every hour Webb spends looking at K2-18b is an hour it cannot spend on something else. Scientists are essentially in a race to understand the most important question in human history before something changes. And there is another problem. Even if Webb confirms the dimethyl sulfide signal completely, even if every scientist on Earth agrees the molecule is there, we still cannot say for certain it is life. Because science always asks one more question. Could something else have made it? Some unknown chemical process we have not discovered yet. Some geological reaction we have never seen before. Science demands we rule out every other possibility before we make the biggest announcement in human history. And ruling out every other possibility takes time. Years. Possibly decades. So here is where we stand right now. A planet exists 124 light-years away. It sits in the perfect zone for life. It is covered in ocean. Its atmosphere contains a molecule that on Earth is only made by living things. The most powerful telescope ever built detected that molecule clearly. And scientists cannot yet explain it without invoking life. We are standing at the edge of the most extraordinary moment in human history. Not yet over the edge, but standing right at it, looking down. And here is the final thought I want to leave you with. K2-18b is 124 light-years away. With our fastest spacecraft, it would take approximately 2.3 million years to reach it. We will never go there. Not in our lifetime. Not in our children's lifetime. Not in our species' lifetime as we currently exist. Whatever is in those oceans, whatever tiny organisms might be drifting through that endless alien sea right now, we can never meet them. We can only watch from 124 light-years away through the eye of a telescope and wonder. And perhaps that is the most beautiful and heartbreaking thing about this discovery. The universe may be full of life, and we may be forever separated from all of it, by distances so vast they break the human imagination. We are not alone. But we are lonely. Which part of this discovery hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments below. And if this blew your mind, subscribe, because we cover the most incredible and terrifying secrets of the universe every single week. See you in the next one.